What's happening, MJ traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today is Monday, April 3rd. Hope you're well. Happy Monday. And in this video, going to be discussing some news that came out today with regards to the NBA. This is massively bullish. Going to go over that and more. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. Helps support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As I mentioned, there's some news today with regards to the NBA and the MJ industry. They are going to let players not only consume but also promote and invest in MJ. So that is huge news, and I did a video a couple of days ago basically saying that we need change in the MJ industry, and you can see here it was from a couple of days ago. We need change, and there was changes coming to 280E and the MJ Act here in Canada. So the Canadian government is set to potentially review the MJ Act, and we could be seeing some regulation changes, easing of restrictions, things like that with regards to packaging, labeling, taxation, and then 280E, which is a huge component of the U.S. Taxation and really eating into a lot of these profits, right? So I did a video on this. You can check that out if you haven't already. But essentially, New Jersey is going to be looking to drop that tax code 280E, which will be monumental and a step in the right direction for the space. But like I said, we need change, right? Not just from a government perspective, but as well from multiple different agencies like this, the NBA, making huge progressive strides in the MJ space to incorporate this to their players, right? And we know that Canopy Growth just signed a deal with and a partnership with the NHL, the National Hockey League, and the Players Association, and that was through the BioSteel agreement, which is the official hydration drink of the NHL. They also signed a deal with Alek Manoah, who was a pitcher on the Toronto Blue Jays. So we've got MLB, we've got the NHL, and now we've got the NBA, and the NBA is by far leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of these associations and leagues. But like I said, it's a step in the right direction. We're starting to see governments come together. Justin Trudeau has already said that it's time for the Canadian government to catch up to the MJ industry. We're seeing support there from the Canadian government. We're seeing, like I said, some progress with regards to 280E in New Jersey. And again, you can check out that video for more details on that. But essentially, we'll go through this article here fairly quickly in effort of time. But the article's from MJ Moment. NBA will let players invest in MJ industry and promote MJ brands under a new union deal, according to the report. So the National Basketball Association isn't just reportedly removing MJ from its banned substances list for players, it's also planning to let those players promote and invest in MJ companies. That's the latest detail that surfaced in reporting on the new 7-year collective bargaining agreement that came together over the weekend, which is also expected to remove drug testing requirements for MJ. Shams Charania of The Athletic and Stadium first noted the MJ investment policy. So he said, game changer, the league's new collective bargaining agreement will give players the ability to invest in NBA and WNBA teams, as well as promote and or invest in sport betting and MJ company, sources tell. With respect to the league's broader MJ reform, it would formally codify what has been the league's decision to temporarily suspend MJ testing for the past 3 seasons. Many professional sports leagues have started moving in that direction, but letting players promote and invest in MJ companies would set the NBA apart from the rest of the leagues, right? They announced last year that teams could sell sponsorships to CBD businesses, and the league has since signed a deal with major CBD brand, and it plans to promote the upcoming World Series. But NBA's policies appear more expansive. The NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, signaled that in late 2020 that its temporary policies could eventually become permanent after the league initially suspended MJ testing when players competed in a quarantine bubble in Orlando to start the pandemic earlier that year. We decided that given all things that were happening in society, given all pressures and stress that the players were under, that we didn't need to act as big brother right now, he said at the time. I think society's views around MJ has changed to a certain extent. NBA players will no longer be prohibited for MJ under the new 7-year collective bargaining agreement. It's been removed from the anti-drug testing program, a process that began during 2019 and 2020. So the NBA and NBA Players Association announced Saturday that they reached a tentative agreement on that bargaining agreement, but the details won't be released until a term sheet is finalized. So we should see more details on that soon. Since day one, the goal of the NBA Players Association is the negotiation. During this negotiation was to protect our players, enrich their lives and on and off the course, to establish a framework that recognizes our players and as true partners and governors in both the NBA and the business world at large. So this is a huge step in the right direction. This is massive news. In my opinion, this is just a taste of what's to come, and we can expect more from other leagues as well, right? Michelle Roberts, a one-time head of the NBA Players Association, who also joined the board of the major MJ company Cresco Labs in 2020, previously predicted that the formal change to codify the policy could come soon. A little bit of a heads up there and some foreshadowing. In 2021, it was announced that the online MJ marketplace Weedmaps is teaming up with NBA and Kevin Durant for a multi-year partnership that aims at destigmatizing MJ and showcasing the plant's potential value for athlete wellness and recovery. We know this is the medicine of the future. not just from a recreational standpoint. There's so many applications of this from a medical standpoint, right? And like I said, just so much support. You know, you got Snoop Dogg promoting all these different celebrities promoting crypto, and now we're about to see the wave of MJ promotion come in my opinion. I always joke around and you say, if you're ever looking for a time to sell, when's a good time to start unloading my long-term MJ bags? Well, when you see a MJ ad at the Super Bowl, that might be time to start shaving some profits. But again, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Not telling anybody to buy, sell, or hold, but I've continued to accumulate. And like I said, as we look toward the biggest catalyst of our lifetime, which will be U.S. legalization, and it's only going to happen once. So I'm here for the long term. I'm going to be prepared. But just going through this, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over here in terms of details. UFC announced in 2021 that they would no longer be punishing fighters over positive MJ tests. So again, we're starting to see the writings on the wall. We're starting to see, you know, leagues and companies and, you know, different associations capitulate. Very, very positive change in the right direction. And we know that Apple also secretly joined Amazon in advancing commercial MJ reform. So this time is different. I do think that, you know, we've got, you know, big conglomerates, big tech names that are advocating for reform. We've got, you know, multiple associations and leagues, right? We've got the NHL, MLB, and NBA. We've got Apple, Amazon, Uber, so many, you know, Fortune 500 and big tech companies and huge conglomerates and leagues and associations backing everything with regards to reform and MJ and promotion, consuming that type of thing. And not only that, just now they can invest as well. So this is huge. Also, Germany will move forward with its scaled-back MJ reform plan amid EU review. So again, we got positive review from the EU. This is another step in the right direction. Again, just a matter of time before the rest of the EU follows suit. And then, as we know, the U.S. is never first, but they're never last. And then if we start to see the rest of the EU, capitulate and follow suit, then I think it's just a matter of time before we see the U.S. follow suit as well. Again, they're never first, they're never last, and it's just a matter of time for the rest of the dominoes start to fall. Germany imports record amount of MJ, but the growth slowed there. So some negative information that we had with regards to Germany, but again, as we look towards recreational and that coming online, that's obviously going to be a huge growth component to the German market. But going to end it there, thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this news. I think it's, again, just a testament that the writing's on the wall. We're starting to see multiple leagues, multiple companies, and countries around the world start to capitulate and embrace this new emerging, burgeoning industry, this medicine of the future. Smash a like if you think I earned it today. Share the video with anybody that might find value, and we'll see you again on the next update. Take care.